guys, I'm going over why you should never drive drunk, no matter the case, no matter how little alcohol you consume, no matter how good you think you are at driving drunk. There's just no justification for it, and it's not worth it considering all the things that happen. My main goal is to make people aware of the dangers of driving drunk and the ramifications that they can have on you and another individual's life, because no matter how good you are and how harmless that bottle of Jack may seem, there's no reason for you to be on the road, because it's just simply impossible to drive correctly when you're under the influence of alcohol, and it'll have you behind the wheel like a child. You might think you're driving fine, but you're not, because you don't know any better. The alcohol is telling you different. So these things can cause serious harm to you and another individual. It doesn't just affect one person, it affects more than one person. If you get into an accident and someone else is involved in that accident, it can lead to death or seriously bodily harm, and no one needs that on their conscience, and no one wants that on their conscience, and it's just not a good thing for anybody. The ramifications of driving drunk far outweigh the benefits. The benefits of driving drunk is an hour worth of buzz, and the ramifications you can be dealing with those for years and years to come, and they aren't just small things. They are very major things, such as getting your license suspended. You have to get that again. You might cause somebody death. You might have to pay for their medical bills. You might kill somebody. I mean, you might hurt somebody and you have to pay for their, medical bills. You might kill somebody, hurt somebody's family. You might hurt yourself, You may die. You don't want to put your family through that. And it's just simply not worth it. There's no justification for it, and it's just, you can just get a taxi, or you can just not drink and drive, stay sober. I mean, not stay sober, but, just don't get behind the wheel, call a taxi, call Uber, Lyft, whatever. There are many things in this world that you can use besides getting behind the wheel while you're under the influence. According to Mad.com, a statistics website that goes over things like this, every year there are a billion cases of people driving and drinking, and essentially what that means is people are consuming alcohol while behind the wheel, operating the vehicle, on the roads. And there are also 123 million cases a year of people who drunk drive, which essentially means, they get drunk and then they get behind the wheel thinking that they're okay, because, it's what their mind's telling them, that they're fine, and you're just not at all. You might think you're driving fine, but everybody else will notice that you're not. BAC track goes over all the things that it can affect you and other things that it may have, like generally the ramifications and consequences of your actions, such as your license getting suspended. You have to pay for that. Those are major fines. You will now have a criminal record. Employers do look into your background, so that never looks good on a resume. Relationships and the life of others. It may affect your relationship with your family and friends. They'll constantly be worrying about you. You might feel like they're prying in your business or whatever, and then that's never good for anybody. And you may affect someone else's family. You don't know the sorrow that you put on somebody else's family, or what they have to deal with. And just because you made a dumb decision, now some other individuals has to deal with your issues. And heartsforfamilies.com goes over the mental and physical effects that drinking and driving can have on you. Say if you get into an accident or anything like that, it can cause you sorrow, depression, anxiety, grief from what you've done and what you did if you did cause an accident. Depression never leads to good thoughts, and anxiety behind getting behind the wheel, and scared that you may take someone's life again, or that'll constantly be on the back of your head, and that's just never good for anybody. And note, essentially, the whole gist of this is that there's no reason why you should get behind the wheel drinking and driving. It's just not worth it. A couple hours worth of buzz, it's just you can have that anywhere. You don't need to get behind the wheel behind that, because a split second decision, can cause ripples throughout years and years. And in that split second, you could end your life or end someone else's life, and now your family has to deal with your death, or you may cause another family to have to deal with the loss of their child, or you might kill someone's child, and that's just a terrible thing to have on your mind.